the gang back together again.
Yeah, it's a bird gang, baby. Yeah, I got a bum hole. So what? Yeah, I got a bum hole. That's hot. And we are back. The gang's back together once again. 3SP in the hizzy. I'm the mad lad of jihad. To my left, born to fly,
Bird gang, baby.
Mr. NICO YEARWOOD. And to my further left, formerly controlled opposition, but now hate speech. It is Mr.
Leo KEARSE.
Leo KEARSE. Zip zap.
Zip zap, get jabbed. Get vaxxed, get boosted.
Five vaccines.
Add to the statistics. Some podcasts bring the unvarnished truth, but are we bringing the varnished truth? That's a tub of varnish.
Someone in my absence, someone stole the ambrosia custards.
Right.
We're using the varnished temporarily placeholder.
And you're back from Australia.
I'm back from Australia, baby.
Was it fun?
What about Jonathan? We're gonna introduce.
Oh yeah, let's introduce Jonathan.
Behind pushing the buttons. It's JTJ. Jonathan the Jew, but we say that in a deeply respectful way, Jonathan. Of course, because we're not Alfie Brown, the anti-racist comedian who's been accused of racism this week.
Yeah.
During my transit via Kuala Lumpur yesterday. It's all kicking off. So this week.
Before we talk about Alfie Brown, the racist comedian who uses the N-word a lot in his set in 2015, which he passed off as it was a long time ago. But
was a long time ago.
It wasn't exactly the Victorian era, you know what I mean? Like it was 2000. I can remember 2015. You know?
I thought you could. No, it was a different time.
Yeah.
It was a different time.
Tell us about Australia first.
Australia was a professional success. Like gigging wise, it was good. I was like probably one of the best ones there. But monetarily, I got just yesterday. I seen.
So how many comedians were there? 5?
Well, it was the second largest arts festival in the world. But yeah, about 5. 5 actual good ones. But I got the breakdown, and basically 50% of my solo show money is gone. I couldn't like $2,000 on ticketing. That's the ticketing fees, $2,000.
Yeah.
Another $1,000 in GST, general sales tax. I mean, I don't pay any tax ever, and then another $400 in registration fees. Then 30% cut for Alan. So I was like, and then it's expensive. Then because I booked everything so late, it was expensive. So financially, I'm not sure it's the greatest.
But then you make money off spots with Alan.
Yeah,
as well.
but you don't make that much.
I noticed that. So me and Francis did some shows. We did 2 shows before Christmas that were in Staffordshire and Leicester, I think it was. And like, so we sold like about, I mean, they sold all right. It sold like 80, 90 tickets. The venues were pretty full. And the tickets are like 20 quid or something. So I thought, okay, 80 times 20, whatever the fuck that is, that's a decent whack of money.
£1 million.
We'll be getting a decent whack of money back from it. No, apparently they've got to take off all these, like, everybody gets their cut. And we got about, like, we might as well have done club gigs at the end of the day. You know what I mean? I think at 560 for both shows.
That's what I was thinking. And then you think, and then because you're getting paid in Australian money, like, oh, well, I'm getting $150 a gig.
Yeah.
That's all right. Adds up. But it's not, because it's £75 a gig. So I might as well just stay at home.
£75 a gig?
$150 a gig.
Pounds, yeah.
But $150, but it translates to $75.
But then you're doing so many gigs. I remember being out there and you're doing like 7 gigs a day and stuff.
Yeah, but even then, it's still what it looks like you're earning loads, but actually it only would be kind of the same as if you doubled up in London.
Right.
Or doubled up in thingies. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I made $800 and
right.
It's £400. That's 2 gigs.
Right.
So it's actually not so whatever. But it was good in other ways. I've got a better escape of the landscape. I went to Kuala Lumpur, gig for Rizal in the Crack House, the gig that was shut down due to blasphemy.
Yeah, so is the Islamist government there, they're getting more sort of extremist, and they shut down Crack House because somebody went on stage and did a joke about.
Well, no, she went on stage. She went on stage in a burqa
took off
and
her clothes,
stripped off the scantily clad.
Yeah, she just took off the burqa to regular clothes. A comedian in
Kuala Lumpur.
Yeah.
Anyways, I did that. It was decent. It was good. It was fun. Long, but I don't know if it's a financial success as I thought. Like I thought it was gonna be. Listen, before everyone got their cut, I was rich. I was already buying my yacht.
Your daughter recognized you when you came back?
Nah, she's calling another man daddy now. He's black, and that's fine. And I'm raising a new black child, and that's also fine. I haven't actually seen them yet. I've not been home.
What?
Well,
Are they coming down?
Literally,
they don't meet you off the plane?
No, they did. I've literally got back and walked off the plane. The first people I've actually seen.
Wow.
You're my real family.
We don't even like you.
I know. Well, neither do they.
His priorities twisted.
I'm going. I'm literally. I've come off the plane.
How
I'm
long
going
were
up.
away? Was
You're
it
giving
3
your
months?
wife an extra night with this guy.
What?
How long is it?
About a
3
month
months?
and a half.
Month and a half.
It seems longer because it was longer. I'm going. Listen, just give me a time to acclimatise. I've got to get up there. Man, I've been travelling since Monday. What day is it?
Thursday?
Thursday.
It's Thursday.
Or Tuesday? What?
Are you sure you got a gig tonight, Nico?
In the meantime, in my absence, I noticed that you two had a mortal feud.
Yes, we were beefing. We were still beefing.
Yeah, we had a beef.
Leo and Nico got into a mortal feud over the
Nico apologised.
the
I
seat.
didn't.
He begged.
Nico
begged.
said sorry. What pussy?
He
No one
begged for
apologizes.
forgiveness.
No, I didn't.
Nico didn't.
He
Nico
said,
didn't.
don't beat me up.
Nico did a notes apology and then he posted on Twitter a formal apology to Leo. The beef was over CBD High Point Care contract. That was
Yeah.
you read it over. Then
Well, I got a lawyer.
You
I
got
got
a
a lawyer to read it over.
your wife.
And yeah, my wife. and then Nico asked me a question. I was like, I read the contract because the thing is, I couldn't be bothered reading the contract. Nico couldn't be bothered reading the
No,
contract.
I read the contract and our names weren't there. Amendment that
It's definitely
Daruis.
not there now.
But the point is,
Darius said the same question, had the same question, are our names on the contract. And we are asking you, and you just sent back the same contract. So it's like, what the fuck is this?
Oh yeah,
guy
because
doing?
it was a different one. Because they say people make another copy of a document.
Right. We were asked, has this been updated?
and you sent
Listen.
us the original.
Let's
Yeah,
maybe
that's the
maybe
original.
be in charge of like
Well,
admin.
you went off and did it anyway. The point is, look, if you suffer from anxiety or lower back pain, or you just want to chill out after a hard day's work, then you need High Point Care's fantastic, tremendous range of CBD products for all your CBD needs. Use the code 3SP for 10% off your discount.
10% discount.
10% discount.
Yeah, and it's
focus.
good. Genuinely, like high grade. I've had like various different CBD stuff, and this is
The gummies are great.
And now I'm
Very
back.
nice.
We're
Very
going to
nice
go and
stuff.
we're going to collect all the free stuff and we're going to get highpoint.care gash bombs, which we're going to start making as well in a collaboration.
That's when the CBD chills you out, but the gash bomb sends you crazy, so you end up in this weird sort of. It's like when
You
Homer's
just feel exactly normal.
when Homer's driving
Brilliant.
the truck and he takes the speed and the downers at the same time.
What happens?
Well, he keeps waking up and going to sleep.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what you want.
Yeah.
So anyways,
Gash bomb.
so that's the news. Australia was all right.
So the truth is though about the beef is I was going to
Oh,
apologize.
you can't let it go.
No, hang on. I
You
was
can't-
going to apologize because
He
I called
apologized.
I called him a lanky bitch.
I read that and I was like, I'm staying out of this one. Just leave that to chill for a bit.
Yeah, but then I read his response to Alfie saying that Alfie should not apologize for the statements he made.
Okay, wait. Well, so let's
We
just.
should explain what
yeah,
this
let's
is.
explain
I'm
what it is.
adopting Leo's stance on Alfie's.
Okay, so who is Alfie? Do you want me to explain? What's the someone?
Darius, you were going to do a reading, right?
Oh yeah,
I'll do the
read
reading, but
script.
Simon has to beep the words.
Well, we got the. Have you got a reading of it? Have you got it written down?
As if we're that prepared.
Can we not play it?
Yeah, let's play
Let's
it.
just play it.
Let's let Alfie.
Well,
say
well
with his
should we
own
start
words.
the story from the start?
Well, basically, there's this comedian called Alfie Brown who he got in a beef with like Corbynites on social media, like people who support Jeremy. Jeremy Corbyn's a sort of communist, anti-Semite in the UK,
Allegedly.
and he looks like a nonce. And,
And according to the EHRC.
And yeah, and like people are, oh, he's not anti-Semitic. All the Corbynites, oh, he's not anti-Semitic. And it's like, man, he's had like. He supports Hamas. He's had like these terrorists, like
Everyone loves hummus.
anti-Israel terrorists to tea at the House of Parliament. He's like, he's liked all this stuff on social media that's, anti-Semitic memes,
Yeah, but get
pictures
to
of
the
Jews
story.
with big noses.
He's
Listen,
got-
I'm just giving some background.
He's got Kanye on his playlist.
He's got Kanye on his playlist, and then he's a big fan of Mel Gibson, and then he Alfie was slagging off
Free Kanye, by the way.
Jeremy Corbyn. Yeah, I don't think he's been locked up. Just needs to be freed from that balaclava. But Alfie was slagging off Jeremy Corbyn, and then all these Corbynistas started slagging Alfie off, and then they dug up a clip of him.
Okay, that's
performing
not
in
actually.
2015. What?
Well, I'll do the story
Do
because
the
I know what
story then.
happened.
That is-
I can't believe I know the story.
That's
I'm not-
he's going well. That is the
It's
truth.
not, no,
That's the
because that's
truth.
not what happened. What happened was Alfie Brown was at a gig, right? He went off on some random Corbyn tirade
Oh,
on the
right.
gig, right? Then this random girl on Twitter was like, I called him out and I've said this anti-Corbyn and I'm Jewish and it's kind of like a little bit of a thing, and everyone's like, I wonder who this comedian was. And she called him out, but she hadn't named him. Then he went back and went, oh, that was me. She was talking shit, blah, 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 blah. Then
You're going to masturbate, Nico. What's going on?
Any form of anti-Semitism.
for those listening, Nico's just pulled out a tub of E45 cream and he's moisturizing. Give me the lube then. Anyway, the point is, so she posted that she did this on Twitter. No one knew it was. Then he retweeted and outed himself. Then it is great because if you're just watching on, it was just the left eating the left, and it's just gone absolutely mad. And now he's anti-Corbyn, but a left wing, and basically
So he's centre left.
Yeah, centre left.
Just a nice guy, really.
very, very, very. Listen, when you go on his Wikipedia profile, his parents have actual separate links, which should tell you that this is.
One of the criticisms is he's a nepo baby.
Yeah, he's a nepo baby. No, man, he's not just a nepo baby. His mum's married to like the owner of the Universal Music Group. Like,
Oh, really?
This is that people are, he's a middle class comedian. It's like, no, he's not middle class. Like, his dad doesn't have a Ford Astra and like a BMW for the good. Like, his dad owns fucking Universal, right? His dad owns Kanye, right? Yeah. In a non-anti-Semitic or whatever. He's rich anyway, right?
Go in their house. There's no plastic on the sofa. It's just you can sit on the actual directly onto the sofa.
That's how rich. Anyway, so the point is, he called her out in a kind of funny, like, quote tweeted her. Then it was just an infighting savagery. People went through his old clips.
Yeah.
And even here at Three Speech Podcast, we were like, those are some good quality clips. No, we were like, okay, this is going to be interesting.
So let's watch one of the
Let's watch one of the clips.
Let's watch clips.
Is it a hate crime if I play it?
I hope so.
Possibly.
All right.
No, this is for satire news reasons.
Satire and editorial reasons.
Here's Jonathan Cogan playing this clip.
I can't find it. Right. Okay. I fundamentally disagree with this. Well,
Also, Jonathan, never forget to speak into the mic. Fuck me. When I've been away, all I've kept on hearing is Jonathan.
I'm shy. All right, Alfie Brown. It's probably not on his own Twitter. Well, okay, you guys.
Wait, we posted this in the
posted
group.
it in. You're fired once again.
A black cunt. Even though on a Dulux colour chart, it's a much shorter walk for Antoine Ferdinand to get to John Terry than it is Tony Yeboah. So, yeah, I think I've worked out, like, don't really know how to, in like the medieval time, like Anglo-Saxon era, there was a tribe in like East Anglia and in Norwich, and they were on the kind of arable plains, and they were all kind of like mowing and doing all their kind of cool stuff. Anglo-Saxons came over and went, "Ooh, we hate you." So what they did was they enslaved these people, called them the Walla, which means in Anglo-Saxon inferior/slave, and they forced them to work in the kind of arable plains, and then when they were done with them, they went, right, you can just go away and have that fucking hill stuff over there, we hate it. And that's Wales, and that became from Walla. Walla became Wales. So the etymology of that means inferior/slave. So etymologically and technically,
basically the most incriminating one where he looks really racist.
The one that Nico posted.
He has referred to me in the past. He goes, "You're white, but you're my." He's black, if that makes anybody more comfortable. But he's actually like, he's mixed race. He's not like black, he's mixed race. So he can, like, he says, but identifies as black, which is an interesting thing that I think a lot of people do, is like, you mixed race, but you identify as black. Even though, like, for him, on a Dulux colour chart, it's a shorter walk to get to me than it is for him to get to Akon. And it's like, it's a, because when you say, like, to a white person, your man can't, like, respond in kind and go, "Oh, well, Thank you, first. And also, because I can't say you're my because when he calls me his, it's spelt with an A on the end. When I say it's got an ER. It's a totally different word. Totally different. And it's like, it's a horrible word. It originally like comes from like the noir, like nida, it means black. That's all it means. But it's come to mean something different because of slavery. So it's taken on an awful offence, and it's an awful word that still ruins people. But it's got those G's in it. And that's what, if you'll excuse the expression, has really got it to catch on. That's what you need if you want to get like a racial slur to catch on. You need some good hard. Listen, all of them. Even like offensive words, cunt, faggot. They all have hard vowel sounds in there. So if you do want to start your own racial slur, pop a couple of hard consonants in there would be my advice. Glamorgan, that's mine. Go back to Glamorgan, Glamorgan. And like the white people, it's almost a hobby to hate the word. Like it's almost, we get, it's an opportunity, finally, at last. Like we get like positively horny, the idea like, excuse me, actually, but I just heard the word over there, so could we all look at me being appalled, please? Can we just actually, it's a slave term and I'm actually against that, so, thank you.
Well,
You stole your bit, Leo.
Yeah.
do you want to hear my? Do you want to know what I really think?
Yeah, what do you really think?
No one actually cares about it. They just want to pile on.
Well,
No
exactly.
one.
Like at the end, where he's like, "Oh, white people love getting appalled. Love, it's like a game for them to like be like, oh, I've seen this word and I'm so offended." And then that's exactly what they did.
But let's refer to our resident black expert. So, Jonathan, what do you think? Hey-oh! What do you think? What do you think, Nico?
The pylon was warranted.
That's what I find. Nico says it is. I'm piling it as well, baby.
Yeah, I jumped on. And I was like, yeah, fuck this guy.
Did you? Because like,
Yes.
did you?
I don't give a fuck.
Find what Nico said on his Twitter.
I just retweeted what Dane posted.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
I thought you were in a mortal feud with Dane.
Nah, me and Dane, we have a complex relationship, but I agreed with what
You
Dane
sucking his
said
dick? Like, what's going on?
Well, Nico's ending feuds left, right, and center now. Leo and Dane. So actually, what did Dane say?
I can't remember what he said, but I agree with it.
Yeah, I agree.
Here's the thing. Here's my stance on it. If you're gonna make a joke with a racial slur in it, at least let it be funny and clever. If Glamorgan is your punchline, bro, nah, drop that joke. It was a shit joke.
Yeah.
It wasn't clever enough. If you're gonna potentially hurt people's feelings with the use of that word or that racial slur, you have to have a twist that's in their favor and something that is very well crafted and funny.
Yeah.
The joke wasn't funny. It wasn't clever. It was shit. It was a shit joke. And should he have used that? I wouldn't, even as a black man, I very rarely use the N-word. It would have to be like, is it necessary here for me to say this word? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So even as a black man, I would not have dropped so many N-words in a set like that. Have I used it on stage? Yes. And I'm allowed to because I am black. But I would not have even used it that much for such a shit joke.
Yeah.
And also, the point is, the main problem I had is the hypocrisy. He was calling out Corbyn for his anti-Semitism and had that shit that he said back there. Don't go playing the knight in shining armor or the holier than thou anti-racist and you done shit.
But
like that,
what
right?
he actually said, was it racist?
That's the hypocrisy of it. It's like with the Bill Cosby incident. It's like Bill Cosby telling people how to behave, but he is out there doing ridiculous.
But if
That's why Bill Cosby got.
But hold on, is that actual joke racist though? Or just say he's saying racist
use
words?
Of the word, it's sort of gratuitous use of words.
It's like how we feel when we watch Tarantino movies. It's like some of them N-words ain't necessary, bro.
Yeah.
It doesn't. Is it going to enhance the plot? Is it going to do that? The word is hurtful to black people. So then you have to, because if you're on stage, you have a duty to, you got to watch what you say. You do. You can't just go, oh, I'm a comedian, so I can say whatever. There are consequences that come with what you say.
And I think as a white comedian, you should only ever use words like that if it's a racist joke. So, like, he's trying to make some like clever point about language
clever
or something.
intellectual shit.
He's trying to hide the racism through being clever.
No, I don't think he's meaning. I don't think there's racist intention, but like
he
Nico
wanted
said,
to be smug and thing with and ooh, look at me and be subversive and whatnot with his use of it and whatnot. But the joke was poor. It was a poor joke. There was no need. And also, this is the other thing. If you can't do that joke in front of the people that racial slur targets, drop it. Because you can. If there was 4 black people in that crowd, he was not gonna do that.
And you
joke.
you could hear that was white laughter.
Yeah, that's.
I've never heard whiter laughter than that. Was like Wimbledon.
That's a good special name.
He was not gonna do that joke in South London. He's not gonna do that joke in Peckham or anywhere where the audience is majority
Darius
black
would.
people.
I did do it. I used to have I did do it, and I brought a girl out.
You're lucky you're doing that. You're lucky you were unimportant enough not to be filmed.
Oh, my joke was so.
I've actually got a clip of it here.
Yeah.
I think my joke was funny. I stand by that joke, and I did it, and I deliberately went and I did it. So I used to do a joke. You know my joke, right?
Yeah, I think
You,
so.
you don't like it. Nico said it's shit as well. But it's basic. But it happened. It happened to me, and but I had the balls to go and do it in the Hideaway. In Peckham, and I'm still alive. In fact, and people came up to me after and said, "Well done." So.
And I think, your one works on the sort of the build up of tension from saying this horrible racist thing over and over and over again, and then breaking it with with a very weak joke.
you know the only complaint I got, someone complained, wait, that's offensive to gay people as well. That's just. I didn't even realise.
I wish we could say what it is, but
it was a good joke, but
it's not a good joke. You shouldn't do that joke.
Well, I don't do it anymore because I've evolved as a comedian.
No, because you don't want to. You want to work.
Well, yeah, I probably. Yeah, but give me credit. At least I did it at the Hideaway, and I did it, and I did it at a few black gigs, and I'm still alive. And it wasn't bad. It was but you have to have I agree with you though. You could only if you wouldn't do the joke in front of the people the joke's about, then you're not. So I made a deliberate point to do it.
But I'm saying for sure, Alfie ain't gonna do that joke in a black audience. He was never gonna do that. So if you can't do that, drop the joke. And the joke was not funny, and it's the hypocrisy more than anything in that him calling out Corbyn for anti-Semitism and being like, "Ooh, I da, 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 da."
Oh yeah,
and
but
he's saying that shit.
I mean, I guess the difference is Corbyn was in a position of almost becoming prime minister. Well, I say almost. I mean, obviously, there aren't that many
leader of the
idiots.
opposition.
But he's the leader of the opposition. A person with huge political power. This is like a comedian in his 20s doing some gig like in front of 60 people.
No, my thing is like I'm not saying that his career should be over or anything. I'm just saying expect the backlash.
And what do you think of his apology?
It's like the hypocrisy of it is like, don't go calling people out for something when you have something that could be called up for that.
The thing is, but I don't think he even considers that a racist joke. He considers that.
Well, he made an apology and.
Oh, now he does, but at the time he didn't. You know what was the most actually what I read what he said really good. And I thought, yeah, I agree with you on that. He said Andrew Lawrence, cancelled. And actually, or Andrew Lawrence just said black people can't take penalties. He never said the N-word, right?
Yeah.
To my knowledge, right?
Imagine if he had said the N-word in that joke. That would have been,
and he said,
been a super cancellation.
That would have been a mega cancellation. And he said, and Dane said, Jerry Sadowitz cancelled. He didn't even say the black word. He just got his dick out, which is offensive to...
He has said the N-word, P-word, all kinds of words.
Fair enough. Anyway, well, the point is...
in fairness to Jerry Sadowitz, for some reason when Jerry Sadowitz does it, it works and it's really funny.
And he's actually funny.
Yeah.
But he said they got cancelled, but Alfie didn't get cancelled. So now you see the actual reality of the because when Alfie says that, and even now, that's not going to cancel Alfie. He's going to come back from this, no problem.
Yeah.
He'll go quiet for 6 months. So gradually, they'll bring him back in. He'll be contrite, and he'll be fine.
He'll perfect the bit.
Yeah, he'll get. It'll change Glamorgan to
Yeah, that's the
Gloucester
problem.
or something.
There's people from Wales that are complaining.
But the point is, because he's like I said, like his parents are like comedy royalty.
I don't think they have any impact now. I mean, they're not really. I mean, his mum's Jan Raven from Jan Raven's Newsround.
Man, look at his
That's a good
Wikipedia.
joke, by the way. Jan Raven's Newsround. Remember John Craven?
We're not that old.
You're not. You're fucking 41.
Stop making lies and
Tell me
accusations.
you're 28.
I'm 21.
He's going to be 42 in August.
No, that's not true. That's Nico's the oldest here. Nico's 60. Anyway, look at his Wikipedia,
64.
and you'll see that man. Listen,
But yeah, I think people give more like when they see somebody with a
I
posh.
want the same energy y'all come for Kanye with for
I
anybody.
was there for Kanye. I was
Keep that
standing
same
up.
energy for people who use the N-word.
I still-
the same
but-
energy y'all come for anybody who said anything like as I said, like what Kanye said and how I want Alfie's bank account shut down. I want his kids' schools basketballs cancelled. I want everything. I want he got endorsements.
He's
yeah,
got- he's got
I want the
trainers.
invisible dot not to be able to sell any more of his
I want
DVDs.
£600 million worth of Alfie's trainers sitting in a warehouse.
Yes, I want Alfie's trainers
Just pulp.
yes, stockpiled and not
Bury them.
selling anymore. So the same energy y'all come for Kanye and any black person who fuck up, I want y'all keep that same energy for anybody who use the N-word. That's why I gotta say with it. And anybody I see using N-word on stage, I just slap them in their face.
What if they're black?
I don't care.
Some American black comedian just gets.
Chris Rock is getting slapped again.
I'm slapping everybody.
But yeah, Alfie did an but yeah, your point about the language. I think when people see like an obviously articulate, intelligent.
Well, this is
quite
Dapper's
posh,
point, not even my point.
quite posh.
Dapper said this.
You can steal his point.
I'm stealing his point. It's my
That's-
point now.
That's what people do in those estates. But like, so Alfie's got this sort of posh voice and stuff. So people see him saying this stuff, and they're just like, why neither of you looking at me?
I'm not because I've just noticed that Jonathan's got no. Go back to the worst angle you ever had.
No.
Yeah. Go back to the previous angle, Jonathan.
You moved.
Yeah, but look at this is shit. I'm not even. I'm just.
You're not supposed to just lean
Yeah,
back.
but I was looking at. But I didn't. know
We can
so
fix
I-
it.
It doesn't matter. No, we've already
Yeah, well, it's fine now, but that's why I leaned out of screen.
right.
Carry on.
Somebody's probably listening to this on audio, being like, "What are they fucking talking about?"
You're fired once again, Jonathan. Go on, say about you were saying AB. You said Alistair, well, not Alistair, Alfie Brown.
Alfie Brown. But leave Nico in.
Oh, it just doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
That's just my
I don't know
OCD.
what Darius is moaning about. So yeah, people will be like, "Well, he's obviously intelligent. He's obviously intelligent and middle class. He couldn't possibly be racist, so he must be making some sort of clever point." Which, to be fair, he was trying to do. He was using language that's like definitely not acceptable now.
Not said the word.
He could have not said the word, although he's trying to make the point about. He's trying to make the point about the sound, but I think you could make that point about the sound, the hard consonant sound in the word. But yeah,
He could have said Bognor Regis.
Bogner. Darius, you're my Bogner.
You're that bit
racist.
at the end when he says white people like to call out when someone uses the N-word.
Yeah. Then-
That he could have used the N-word there. Excuse me, he just said the N-word. He didn't have to say.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? He didn't have. So he was just
Gratuitously
He was
using
taking the piss with it. Yeah,
yeah.
it was not
that-
necessary.
I did
But
like his-
I'm saying that he shouldn't be cancelled, but you gotta expect backlash when you have But the main thing for me is the hypocrisy of him trying to call out somebody for racism.
A political.
Yeah,
leader. I call Jeremy Corbyn anti-Semitic.
Let the political
Fun.
leaders be racist. Free
But
Trump.
did you see his
But the thing is, he would have been. But let's be honest, he wouldn't just have been calling out Jeremy Corbyn. He would have been like, he's full on probably woke and calling out all like, oh, this is racist. That
Yeah, no, I don't know if he's ever. He does like have a word and stuff. He seems pretty sort of, relaxed about.
Maybe
stuff like that.
maybe I'm wrong.
I did have a
talking
look through his
nonsense.
tweets to see if he'd been like chucking about, calling people racist a lot. Because I think calling somebody racist is worse than like other hate crimes. It's worse.
Being racist
Calling someone a racist
if they're not racist.
if they're not racist should be a hate crime.
Should be a
hate crime. Like if somebody goes out in the street, if somebody at work is racist to another person at work, man, like that person's getting fired. They're going to jail. They're getting everything. They're getting shunned by society. Every bad thing is going to happen to them. You know what I mean? Like nothing good happens to somebody who's being racist. Whereas,
do you still have your letter that says you're not?
That I'm not racist. Yes, I'm.
Leo's the only officially non-racist comedian working in the United Kingdom today.
But if somebody calls somebody a racist, then like that can destroy their life. It can mean people don't book them. It's like a really bad.
Well, had he
that
done
should
it?
be a hate crime.
Did you find it?
Did I find what?
And did he make any of those racist?
No, he didn't.
actions?
He didn't make
Wow, maybe
racist
he's-
accusations. So yeah, Alfie doesn't
Pull
seem
up
to be
his
one of those
pedo joke.
Pull up his
What do you guys think of the pedo joke?
Then then he did a Grenfell joke as well. But I think the Grenfell joke, they're deliberately being misinterpreted because it's, you know what I mean?
No, here's the thing with the Grenfell joke. We still recording?
Yeah, still recording. Yeah.
Are we
No.
going to play
Are we gonna do the Grenfell?
Jonathan, look for the pedo one in the meantime. But the one with the Grenfell, no, I get what you're saying, and people who are defending the joke are saying.
I'm not defending it, I'm just saying.
No. I understand the joke, right? But if you're going to say Gary Lineker is minimizing the Holocaust, then you gotta say Alfie is minimizing
Grenfell.
the Grenfell victims. So again, because
But again, you got to
because-
look at status and impact. I mean, Gary Lineker's he's got a platform on the BBC, on the national broadcaster. If Gary Lineker had been a comedian saying that to 60 people in a comedy club, nobody would have given a shit.
Actually, also, the Gary
No,
Lineker
no.
one's different, though, because so the joke, just so if you I don't know if
Also,
we're going to show a clip.
here's the thing though. No, let me say this. I got a problem with listen, normally I don't like Gary Lineker. Normally I don't like, he's like super woke, but he's talking about lives that are people who are struggling or trying to get into the country, or they, whatever, right? But
They're trying to get into the country. I don't know if they're struggling.
well, whatever. They're alive though.
Yeah.
And so now those lives are more important to me than, because they're currently living. Yeah. So those lives he's trying to bring awareness to that issue by saying, listen, if we continue down this line, we can end up with another one of these on our hands, kind of thing. So he if anything, he is highlighting and saying this sort of language leads to this catastrophe.
No, but that's bollocks, because you could say that about anything. When Alfie's, saying Jeremy Corbyn's anti-Semitic and saying, the stuff that Jeremy Corbyn says and the people he supports, are actually trying to wipe out Jews.
Well, no, wait, hold on. We're talking about the Grenfell. There's a few things. We're talking about the Grenfell joke. I'm going to give you a quick explanation. This was Alfie Brown's
Can we watch
Grenfell
the joke?
Well, he's not got it because he's so slow.
No, he's doing the pedo one.
Yeah.
He's doing the pedo one.
Well, what about the
You got
Grenfell
it?
one?
Have you got the
I
Grenfell?
haven't seen the Grenfell one.
Nah, let's play the pedo one. Let's just get your opinion on the pedo one.
I think we need to do the Grenfell one first, because otherwise we've been talking about the Grenfell one, and then man, can you imagine?
I'll
signing
find the
it?
Grenfell joke then because I think it's interesting because it's not actually the same as the Gary Lineker one.
No, because if people say Gary's minimizing the Holocaust, he's because he says add another casualty to the.
You've seen.
He says add another casualty to the numbers, BBC. Therefore, saying his
Well, let's watch a clip and see.
non-appearance on television is the equivalent of a Grenfell.
If you
victim
search for Alfie Brown Grenfell, it's the first result.
Why?
I don't know what John doing. You need to stop that search link,
Yeah,
man.
this
That's
is the
fucking
worst.
you up, bro.
This is the worst producing I've ever seen, Jonathan.
I hadn't been sent the Grenfell one.
Just listen. This is what we need. We need initiative. Yeah, we need a go-getter, searching
And-
taking pervert who goes to torture
I
gardens.
was putting my kids to bed.
Can we start
I was
from the
on
start?
at 10:30 and I couldn't. He was on TV for the first time about 18 months ago. And I was putting my kids to bed. I was on at 10:30 and I couldn't wait. It was so exciting. I was going to go, oh my God, I can't believe it. I'm going to be on TV. I hope get new followers and everything. Oh, maybe I'll just put my kids to bed. Their mum was away doing something, so I was looking after them. And I'll go to bed with them, and then when I wake up in the morning, I'll have all the Twitter notifications and maybe some new followers, some comments, some fans. Exciting. Oh, my God. And I went to sleep that night, and I woke up in the morning and got my phone, and there were loads of notifications on there. And they were all from BBC News, Guardian News, Sky News. And they all read, there's been a fire in a tower block in West London, and upwards of 30 people are believed to be dead. And I went, oh no. Nobody's going to have watched my programme. Strike another mark in the victims column, BBC. This truly is a far-reaching tragedy.
Pause it. So for me, that's clearly a joke, right? And also, it's not very good.
No, it's not.
Well, let me
sure it's a joke. I thought we were watching a press
but I'm saying
conference for some oil executives.
people have deliberately I've taken that.
No.
Let me say my bit, and you lot can join in.
And then I'll slap you.
Okay.
Slapping everybody.
I'm gonna.
Let me say my bit. Let's shut up and let.
I'm going to pay attention to you while you say your bit. I'm not going to drift. I'm not going to look in my bag for anything. I'm not going to start looking at the fucking
All
walls.
right, well, you're making me forget my point.
What's your point?
My point is, clearly, that's a joke. It's not great because you could see where it was going from the start, right?
Yeah. It was a real signpost.
But it's not the same as, and he's the bad guy in that.
But
Right?
then a lot of
You're
jokes
meant,
are signposts.
But you're meant to see him, and you're meant to think this is he's the bad guy in this bit, right? That's what you're meant to be. He's an idiot in this joke. That's the thing, right? So it's different to Gary Lineker because Gary Lineker wasn't.
No, it's not. The people are saying Gary minimized the Holocaust.
He did.
Okay, what about that's what they're saying.
Gary Lineker implied. Listen,
To be fair, I was away when all
Can
of
I
this
just
stuff
say
was
what-
going on.
well, no,
Let me just say this. They say Gary minimized the Holocaust, right? Mm-hmm. Alfie just said, strike another mark in the victim's column, BBC. This is a
No, I agree. He's minimizing
hang on. So
He's
no,
joking.
No.
He's joking, though. He doesn't really
he's
mean-
joking. Yes, but so therefore he has compared his TV appearance not being watched to a death of one of the Grenfell victims,
yeah.
right? So that is minimizing the death of the Grenfell victims,
No,
right?
To be fair, I make
making the-
9/11 jokes. all the
Yeah.
time.
No. My problem.
That's
Hold
3,000
on.
people.
My issue is
But for him, it's more of a personal tragedy than something that happens to somebody else.
no. But I'm saying the joke does for a Grenfell family member watching that. It does. This guy is taking a piss of a serious thing, and also the issue. I'm not saying he shouldn't make the joke. Again, the joke was poor. The joke, as Darius said, you saw it a mile away,
Wow.
and those people.
Mate, what if Alfie goes through Nico's material? What if he manages to find one weak joke?
No. The people who laugh are the ones who should be cancelled. The people who laughed at that joke because we saw it a mile off. Anyhow,
Yeah, that's a good point.
so leave Alfie
It's like
alone.
watching Scooby Doo. Be like, how can you not see it's the fucking?
It was so obvious where it was going.
Yeah.
It's an alright. I think it gets its power from the horribleness of the
Right.
Grenfell Tower.
So the issue there with that joke, and I'm not saying Alfie shouldn't do that joke. I'm saying that someone can make the claim that he's minimizing the Grenfell disaster. Someone can make that claim, and it is a valid claim. Now, the time as well, it seems like Grenfell was a recent thing. I don't know when he did that, but also the time, because people go into comedy, there is a thing such as too soon. So, no,
Too soon.
There's a too soon.
Punchline about that.
So you can,
Oh yeah,
You
And
can-
It's mildly racist.
yeah. So maybe down a few more years, let's say 7 years, whatever, down the road, that joke would be less offensive. But I'm not saying he
But
can't.
then it
I'm
wouldn't be
saying he
funny
can't.
because it's not that great a joke as well.
Yeah.
He should if he should have done it about.
I actually find that I don't.
Look,
it's not that good. It is a bit. It's offensive because I actually saw Grenfell out my window and I passed it and I can see people who had died, and the punchline and the payoff for the joke, just like, man, it's not even funny enough for that
I
punchline.
think it's all right. I mean, like, man, we've all done like worse
Oh, no,
jokes.
we've done
and we've
right-
all done
yeah, but-
more horrible jokes.
I haven't. I'm the GOAT.
I have, but I did, but I did it out of
Listen,
naivety.
The thing about Gary Lineker, when he says...
Well,
when
I
he-
was away
but
when
just-
all this happened, so I don't know what's
Gary,
happened with
Gary
Gary.
Lineker said...
Free Gary.
He basically said, man, he's already been freed. You pay your license
Nah,
fee.
he was talking about Gary Glitter.
Do you pay your license fee? You pay
Free
your
Gary
license-
Glitter. He is free.
no
I know he's
comment.
going to be sent back to prison.
So, man...
Yes, I pay my license fee and my taxes.
Well, I don't pay my license fee, and it's specifically because of stuff like Gary Lineker. So
I pay my license fee and I pay my taxes.
So Gary Lineker said the government's policy to stop people coming to the UK is like Nazi Germany. In the
No,
30s.
he said the language.
Yeah, but you know, he's making
Said the
parallels.
language.
He's making parallels between Nazi Germany in the 30s and modern the government in Britain now. And Nazi Germany in the 30s, man, the Jews weren't like crossing the English Channel to get into Germany. You know what I mean? Like the Nazis, the Nazis were expanding their borders around people who didn't want to be there. Darius, you listening?
I'm listening.
Why you look so
I'm
bored?
listening. I'm not bored. I'm listening. I'm just going to think of something to say back.
So yeah, man, it's disgusting to say that, you know, all the Jews needed to do was just stay in Calais and they would have been fine. That's a disgusting
Who
thing to
said that? He didn't say that.
Yeah,
He
but he's
said-
making parallels between the two. Man, like Britain's just trying to secure its borders. It's not trying to like kill people that are within its borders.
No, he said the language being used.
Yeah, but he's
talking about-
drawing parallels, and also the language. You can say that about any language. You
No.
can compare the language with, you know.
Gary was saying that the
no.
language used
Nah,
to
you don't get off
refer
the
to
hook.
the migrants. Listen,
Alfie Brown
hang on,
caused the
hang on.
Holocaust.
Also, hang on.
And also, that's offensive.
Hang on.
Just the idea that anything that
Why
Suella
is the
Braverman.
Holocaust seen as the most horrific tragedy
All right, Ken.
of all
Out of the scene.
of all time? There are more deaths that happened in certain tragedies. Why do we see the Holocaust?
What
as
tragedies?
Instantly
there
demonetized.
are tragedies
name-
where more people have died.
Name one.
Belgium,
genocide, Congo.
Genocide Congo.
What happened?
Belgium, the genocide in Congo committed by Belgium by
But
King
that-
Leopold.
How many
King
people-
Man,
Leopold.
that was
Untold
one of the
numbers. And
different next level.
The starvation in Russia.
Yeah, but that wasn't industrial organized. You know,
Yeah, no, it was.
No, but I'm saying why? Why is it that and people go? There are other dictators who were just as bad, or probably done terrible shit. That is it because it's more recent? I don't know. I'm just asking the question.
Well, I'm not going to minimize the Holocaust.
No one. I'm not minimizing it. I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean,
why
like,
is
well,
that?
the Congo, it wasn't.
But the reason why
industrialized.
How much? 13 million.
No, but that's so 1.5 million to 13 million. Is
To
the sort of-
13
is the
million.
estimate. No, 1.5 million to 13 million.
Yes, and we're taking the
Depending on
higher number
gonna
to
take
prove
the
our
higher
point and
number.
win.
number, and also.
All right, we'll meet you in the
and
middle.
also the
6
deaths,
million.
The
Let's
deaths
go.
weren't due to like this sort of organized industrial, like
No, it
government
was, read it.
mandated.
It
like
was. No, it was, read it.
It was like fucking. It wasn't.
it was, read it.
concentration camp. Like,
There was. They invented concentration camps. You don't even know your own history. Belgium invented concentration camps.
Fucking. It says here. Epidemic disease, famine, and a falling birth rate caused by these disruptions. So
Yeah.
it's including those things as well as the fucking thing. So it's not in the scale of the Nazi Holocaust.
Anyhow, is Hitler the worst person ever? Has he done the most atrocious things ever? That's the question. There's other guys out there. There's Leopold. There's Stalin.
I think from the
there's-
point of
there's
view
the
of-
China guy.
Because we're in like Britain, and so it's the closest one. I think if we're in Congo, then the Belgian one would be seen as the worst. But we're not. We're in Britain.
Okay.
Anyway, they had concentration camps in Belgium.
Yeah, but not on the scale.
Well, yeah,
not on the
because that was the olden days.
Yeah.
The olden
But
ones.
Anyhow.
also Gary Lineker's point that like, what Suella Braverman says is just like one of Hitler's speeches. That's absolute fucking bollocks. That is
No,
absolute
he's saying
nonsense.
the language, Leo.
Yeah,
He's saying
their speeches, her language. That is an absolute
Well,
nonsense.
what did she say? Listen, I was away. I wasn't following any of this. So she's what did she actually say?
She basically said, look, they're really cool guys and stuff, but, you know, we've got enough. We've got enough coke dealers, and, you know, we want
Daruis is coming home soon and
we just
needs
want
a
to
job.
balance it out with some women and children, so, you know, we're just going to make it a little bit tougher for them to get
So
in.
I spoke with someone about this, and I said, listen, if you're in Paris or you're in France, you've already reached a safe haven, right? So why would you want to come, like, why are you coming to the UK? You're already in a safe haven. But apparently, the reason why is we've signed up to the United Nations Charter of Human Rights and what it promises, so that...
What, France hasn't?
No, but what it says to the refugees, if you're a refugee, you have the right to choose what country you can land in. So, so the reason he said
Fuck
it was...
they're all platinum members.
Hold on,
Everyone's a platinum member of the UK.
This isn't any me. I'm just telling you what I've heard. So I'm probably I found this illuminating, right? This is to stop.
Illuminati.
This is to stop people, like to say in the Ukraine conflict, right? To stop all the refugees just ending up in Poland, so everyone shares the burden of looking after that. So apparently, refugees actually, because I was like, well, what if you're in Paris or you're in Italy and you're fleeing like Libya or wherever there's been a war, you've already landed in a safe haven. But apparently, the right of the refugee is that if you have the right, if they've signed up, and most of them signed up onto the 1963 amendments, then they've got a right to choose to where they want to live, and that country has to accept them. So actually,
but that system was set up for genuine refugees, not just people. And also, that was set up when people from Libya or Iraq or wherever weren't coming here and committing terrorist atrocities, like Imad al-Swalmin, who tried to do the maternity hospital bombing.
I'm just telling you,
and like the Manchester Arena bombing.
I'm not disagreeing. I'm not disagreeing with you.
He was saved by the Royal Navy from Libya and brought to the UK.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just explaining why people are coming. So he said that what actually needs to be done is they need to have like some sort of port or something in Calais, and then they can do it that way. They can process their immigration that way. Yeah, well, I don't know. Do
you want them to be concentrated?
No, I wanted them to be.
They need to have a system where. Here's the thing: it's like to say that any and everybody should be able to come in a country. That's insane. That's insane. You have to have limits. Yeah. I'm not saying...
Look at Nico pulling up the ladder.
No, it's to act like...
Actually, that's when immigrants come in and they get it, then they really do. My dad's the most racist against them. Bloody come here, fuck you! Too many! They bloody mosque everywhere! They bloody, I live Allah mosque everywhere!
No, to act like...
Your dad's from Wales.
To act like...
It says that drinking whiskey and eating a sausage roll.
to act like... you know, more people don't change whether it be the culture or put a strain or whatever on resources. It's insane. They do. If you have just what you know.
I was on TV for the first time.
All right.
What's this man doing?
I'm closing it down and it played.
Yeah. So you have to have like there should be immigration. There should yes, you should let in migrants, but there has to be, you know, certain controls and restrictions.
They all got to be hot women.
Yeah.
I agree.
It's a good system. Hot women.
Yeah. Stop bringing in all these big, strong men.
Well, there's economic... Well, the thing is, what it is that the argument is these guys come in, they're economic migrants. They're not like proper refugees. And that's where the thing comes. And obviously, someone like Gary Lineker, it's not going to really affect him. He's not the one. I mean, he took them in for a couple of weeks and all right, got to leave now.
Yeah.
I've done the photo
guard or something, you know what I mean?
Done the photo shoot. Time to go home. So, I mean, there's definitely,
But yeah, to act like just having, like if you have 8 more people in this room, it's going to get messy.
Yeah. It's pretty messy already.
Yeah.
I had something to say about that.
But yeah, this is the thing, man. We've got the technology to identify. You know, you get these Guardian readers and like people on Twitter who are all like, you know, oh my God, we need to let everybody in. Oh, and there should be open borders. But like they know they're living in like wherever it is.
The best
they're living
videos.
somewhere they're not going to get any. They're not going to like the people in Liverpool or the you know the.
Well, have you seen that video where someone goes?
The migrants.
It goes to like a march with all these people. We've got to let in immigrants. Like, we've got one. Would you like to take him home now? And they're like, no. But when he needs someone to say, well, why don't you take? You want them? Who's take? This is what they don't realize, right? There's compassion, and there's like, okay, but someone has. It's not you dealing with it. They're not the people. The people most vocal about this, the most liberal people. They're not the ones who deal with it because they're all secure in their nice middle class echelons. And actually, so that's the point I was going to make to you. So you say, they change the culture. There's two things, right? There's the flow of the immigration, right, and doing that, managing that correctly, but also the country itself, the home country that's taking in the immigrants, like Britain, for example. They need to have a stronger grasp of their own kind of like culture and like if you go to Saudi Arabia, there's not a church on every corner. They're like, fuck you ain't praying here. If you put burqa on, women they have to wear a burqa. They have to obey their laws. Everyone comes over here. We're like, do what you want. Oh no, and that's Britain being weak as a country.
Over backwards, like with the Wakefield Quran, because some kid like
when
scuffs
you say there's no church, you mean you did not put in a Christian shit? You could go to the mosque.
There's no churches. There's no churches. They keep it a Muslim country. You obey their rules, and people go there and they understand that. And
you mean that they go to the mosque?
But they don't. No, they don't have to go. They just don't go to church.
There's just no church.
There's no church.
No, but I mean that they are mosques.
In Saudi Arabia.
But mosques are for Islam.
For Muslims. But if you move there and you're a Christian.
Not for Christianity.
And you move to Saudi Arabia.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
Yeah, but
they're mosques. They're no churches.
Yeah, but what we're saying in Britain is that we've let our culture go, and because of that,
not only that, but we actively shit on our own culture. We tear down our statues. We're like, Christianity. All the communities are like, take the piss out of Christianity. It's disgusting. It's terrible. Pedophile priests, all the rest of it. Whereas, like, when it comes to Islam, everybody's like, oh my god, no, I love it.
To be fair, Muslims don't mess around. They're
well, this is the thing, man. Like,
that's the thing.
Everybody bends over backwards to be accommodating. So, some people take the piss.
That's why I said in an earlier podcast, I like the militancy of Islam. they don't.
No, but it's good. I agree with Nico.
You like the militancy.
Yeah. He means.
They
there's no fucking
religion.
LGBT.
You like being. What, you saying that's a good thing?
Hold on.
There's no LGBT.
No, I was going to say, there's no LGBT mullah going, look, hello, I'm the LGBTQ mullah in the robes and shit. Then let me, it's fine to do that.
Hang on.
Not like the Church of England, who sold out what they believe in.
Right, and now they're saying the pronouns for Jesus.
But that's not a good thing.
She, they, and them, and
we've got Leo in a conjuring now.
That's better.
We've got Leo in an infinite loop of hate Muslims, hate woke people. Which
having a vicar who's got pronouns or whatever, that's better. And it's annoying, but it's better than stoning gay people to death.
No, we're not talking about stoning.
Or chucking them off a building.
About the militancy of Islam.
Yeah, I'm talking about the militancy of Islam as well.
They're not letting their book be
corrupted,
watered down, or changed.
That's not a good thing.
By woke ideology.
It
is a good thing. They're not letting their book.
What are you fucking talking about?
This is a great argument.
The book.
You can't go on stage criticize.
No, hang on. You do not go. They are changing the Bible to be woke, which is nonsense.
They're not changing.
Yes.
You can't change the fucking Bible.
Yes,
it's the Bible.
No. They are saying that they're going to be using gender neutral pronouns for God now in the services and all that kind of stuff. And they're going to change. They're going to make it woke. The services more woke. So they're not.
There's
changing
like
the
drag
Bible.
queen. There's drag queen priests.
The religion or the rituals or the teachings to make it woke. Islam would never do that.
Yeah,
you have to stick.
I respect Islam for that.
Yeah, you should stick with the Old Testament of the Bible and stick with those rules and those laws and whatever.
No,
you don't go changing things to make it.
I think religion.
You don't change the book to accommodate society.
But you don't change society to accommodate the fucking religion.
Well, that's true. I agree with that as well. But that's not what we're saying.
Hang on. Modern society, the West, and all these things that people like to brag about were built on Christian Judeo principles.
Yes.
And that's what you have
tolerance,
on the
equality.
No. The commandments are thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal, honor and respect thy mother, and all of those things. Those are great ideas.
Yeah.
And those are what and speak the truth and all that kind of stuff. That is what built Western society.
Yeah.
Right? So you don't then go changing saying society is more woke now and we have a million genders and we're gonna use pronouns and we're gonna change make Jesus more of a blue. They're gonna change Jesus to a blue-haired person. Watch and see. They're gonna change Jesus to one of them woke blue-haired people that eat lentils and drink oat milk. So that's what they're gonna do.
No, but it's not a question of that though, Nico. 'Cause I know what you're wait. I know what you're gonna do. You're gonna say, would you rather that you have a militant? It's like a militant culture or a militant religion. But you can have the religion can stay the same, can stay true to what it stands for, and the culture can
No, because
change.
then there's no freedom of speech. Salman Rushdie doesn't even.
But we're
really
not. This is not.
Listen. Salman Rushdie says something that's perceived as some sort of slight against Islam. He gets people trying to kill him for the rest of his fucking life.
But that's not every Muslim though.
No, but it doesn't need to be.
Muslim.
It doesn't need to be every Muslim. It just needs to be the ones that are trying to kill him.
To be fair, if you say something now against trans people,
there's 43,000 people in the UK.
Exactly. Look at that Muslim lady who was saying she don't want
Yes. What? There's 43,000 people in the UK on terrorism watch lists, and only about 3,000 of them are right wing. The rest, pretty much most of them, are Islamic fundamentalists. This idea that it's a good thing that we've got these people in the country trying to kill us.
We never said that. You wait, hold on a second.
You were just saying,
pause. You're not.
It sounds great because it's militant.
This is why. Listen, this is why. Hold on. This is what. Let me finish.
Directly fucking quoting you.
One at a time. One at a time. One at a time. One at a time. Have you finished now? Go on. Let go on. Do everything you want to say. Now I'm going to destroy your argument. Fuck me. This is why you can't argue with Leo, because he takes everything out of point, right?
He's right.
No,
and he quotes
we're not saying. We said
exactly what you said.
We're not talking about the culture. We're talking about the religion. They do not compromise on the book. They do not compromise on the religion. A 40,000 terrorists, yeah, fine. But they don't. If you go to Saudi Arabia, they're not
40,000 terrorists. Fine. It's not good.
It's not good. But that's not.
I mean,
but
it's not only not good. It's really, really, really bad.
They don't compromise on the book, and then you're going on about I forgot what I was going to say. Do you know what I meant though, right?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
All right, fine.
But hang on.
But all right, fine. No, don't compromise in the book, but not in Western Europe.
I agree with you.
It's a Western liberal democracy, and Western. The West disgusts me. Come on in, destroy.
But that's the political leaders.
Please,
that's the political leaders.
Have you met?
So we're in agreement. That's the political. You're in agreement. We're in agreement.
People are mental.
We are in agreement. That's the political leaders
begging for their own fucking destruction.
We're not. You're shouting at us, and we're in agreement. We're political leaders. Why are you letting them all come in and not making them adopt our cultures? When we go there, we have to adopt their cultures. We're all in agreement. And what Nico's saying, if I'm clarifying this,
is that
Nico. I'm not speaking for Nico. This is what I'm saying. Christianity has allowed itself to be bullied. There's a reason why people are happy to go on TV and take the piss out of Jesus, take the piss out of this. They wouldn't dare. They wouldn't fucking dare do it about Islam. They wouldn't, because they know what the reaction it will cause. And because they've done that, British people have allowed, Western culture has allowed, by being so accommodating, so open, so tolerant,
so passive,
has allowed this to happen and be co-opted to the fact that, like Nico says, the end game is that you have a vicar who's like saying, yeah, kids would whatever, we don't know if God whatever, he, they, she, but that would never happen. There's no go to Saudi Arabia, go to Abu Dhabi. There's like one church, if that. I don't even think there is a church.
But you get booze
in a hotel. But even then, you can't. If you go to actual like
Dubai, man, you get loads of booze in Dubai.
Well, money speaks more than anything else.
Yeah, there you go. Saudi Arabia.
Anyhow, so what we were saying though is like,
I respect that they don't diverge on that. Whether that's a good thing or not.
You respect that. That's a sign of weakness. That's a sign of weakness.
What's the sign of weakness? The sign of weakness is putting pronouns in the church service.
Who'd win in a fight between the West and the Middle East? And we've tried it already. And I think the West pretty much fucking kicked some ass.
Well, that's why you got
so many.
That's why you got so many refugees.
No. If we talking man-to-man combat.
No, we're talking all the technological innovation that the West came up with.
No. All
the money we got.
Listen, all the technological advances of came from actually the Middle East. The Muslim, the Moors were actually more advanced than Europe.
Well, why did they just give? Why did they just give the
But
Apache helicopters to America and not keep any for themselves?
Everything goes in cycles.
Actually, they've just given them back to Afghanistan. We've got them back now.
Everything goes in cycles. So algebra, coffee, hygiene, all of that stuff.
Algebra.
All that stuff. The irrigation came from the Moors, the Muslims.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
I know that's great. Well,
and the biggest
you can
libraries and
you
all
can
that stuff.
try taking on a fucking Sidewinder missile with an immigration trench.
We're talking about back then.
Well, I'm talking about war.
No, we're talking about back then.
You say the West is
Moors
weak
and the Muslims had more
Culturally weak.
technology
Yes.
and
You don't
stuff
think
before.
this is culturally weak? Your whole career is based on the West being culturally weak. Do you agree that? So you think so? Right now, just to clarify,
and
you don't
being
think the West is
overturned,
culturally
yeah.
weak. You think it's great. You think what we need is more trans rights in schools. What we need is more tolerance, even more refugees. Come in more of them. You are Gary Lineker. You're the Gary Lineker of this podcast. Me and Nico here, like, no, more militancy, and you're like, no, please welcome us, please.
No, I think
Is the West culturally weak? Yes or no?
I'm a libertarian. I think we should have tolerance, but not like and the LGBT stuff. That's not tolerance. That's a lot of that is intolerance of women, and a lot of it is intolerance of people who don't want to transition their kids, or kids who don't want to transition.
Hang on, we should talk about that lady, that Muslim lady, who said that this guy, I can't remember his name.
I saw that.
Yeah, he is encouraging kids to go no contact with their parents. I think Dapper
Jeffrey
posted
Marsh.
Yeah,
I
this
posted
guy.
that as well.
And the Muslim girl, she was saying, listen,
She's
these
a comedian, I
videos,
think. Is she?
these videos are not suitable for kids, and they should be
her.
taken down and whatnot. And she got threatened. Her car got attacked or defaced, and her kids
Why
were
did her
threatened.
car have a face?
Defaced.
Yeah, and her kids got threatened, or they threatened her kids or whatnot. And this is all over her saying that these videos, which were not appropriate, she said they should be, people need to be aware of what this guy is doing.
Allah!
So,
Why are we looking up there?
I don't know.
but what do you think? What do you think of that situation? With that lady.
So this is that Jeffrey Marsh.
Okay, so we've moved
Jeffrey
on to
Marsh.
Well, I've done a sit-down interview with Biddy, and we discussed this. So it's going to come up on a thing. So if you hated me for the Jenny interview, the other side will hate me for the Biddy interview. I just think it's scary that they found out the schools that her kids went to. They found out everything, and she was like, "Listen, I don't want any of it." And I'm not sure
I bet they tried to transition her kids when she wasn't looking.
Well, I don't know how we've gone into this, but yeah, I think
No,
that's
but
nuts.
because it plays into the whole thing we were talking about militancy, and you were saying that Muslims, they stick by their book and whatnot.
How come they all fight each other?
And then now you have the people who are on that guy's side, the
Ideology.
the trans rights activists being militant as well, and causing threats against kids, threats against women and whatnot. So they're being radical as well.
But that's state-sanctioned radicalism.
I agree.
So they allow it. But now we've got Leo in an infinite loop of he can't process where he stands on this issue.
No, because that's a total like ideological madness as well. Like we talk about female genital mutilation in some cultures, and like what is it, North Africa, or whatever, Muslim cultures. But we got our own female genital mutilation in the West.
That's when I don't trim my nails.
Transitioning kids.
That was the worst joke I've ever heard. I don't get it.
Oh, right.
Female genital.
Talking about putting his fingers inside, but doesn't work because
Simon cut that.
fingernails can be.
I don't understand. Explain it,
This
John.
is like an Alfie Brown joke.
So he was talking about FGM, and I was saying, that's when I don't trim my nails properly. The implication that when I'm fingering puss, and I just start scratching bits of the inside walls out with my long yellow nails.
John, that is so fanny. Like, so female genital mutilation is when they sew up so it's so fanny.
So fanny.
So fanny.
Fanatical.
You get it?
It's terrible.
We're professional comedians.
But yeah,
Le Morgan.
Yeah, so that's an ideology as well. I don't know. I just think when I say I respect the militancy of Islam, all I mean is that I'm respect.
all you mean is you're covering your ass for when they're in power in 20 years.
No, I don't think that culturally is the. When I go to an Islamic country, I respect their rights and what they do, and they tell me to do. Don't do drugs, don't drink, don't smoke, don't fucking whatever. And I respect that because I'm in their country. Yeah, don't be gay. They say that. I should talk about that in Uganda.
Why are you gay?
Who says I am gay?
You are gay.
Yeah. I'm the gay spokesperson.
That was the Frost versus Nixon of Uganda.
But they
the
don't
best
deviate.
interview ever.
The West has deviated, and actually, and that's caused all this degradation. That's caused like all that's happened.
Yeah.
Because
There's no moral backbone anymore.
Yeah.
In the West, and that. You remove God from a society, and this is what you get.
Put it this
Pure
way.
No, yeah,
chaos.
Here's a question.
Okay.
Here's a question for your Western. Would Sam Smith exist
In Saudi Arabia.
In Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, but Sam Smith is just some dumb fucking fat fuck.
No, but
guy.
he's a symptom of the decline.
A symbol of what he's.
Yeah, you know-
and he's doing satanic whatever imagery on his thing, mocking the
And
Western.
it's all for marketed at kids, and it's like pissing on each other and stuff. But
That is
man,
a sign of
guess-
the decline.
But
Because
pop
it-
stars
but-
have always done this. But the thing is, man, I
not-
find it. I don't really like, I don't have much like spirituality or whatever you call it in my life, and I find it easy to just to get on it. I don't know why some people have to go absolute fucking Fruit Loop and become like complete gender ideologies and be like, no, we must have men and women's sport and women's toilets and we must transition all the children. I don't know why they do that. But that's them being that they need some sort of like rigid worldview to stick to.
Basically, I think religion in this country, in the UK or in the West, has been co-opted now by the trans ideology. It's just replacing one with the other, right?
Yeah.
The problem is Christianity, like, you say, oh, Sam Smith, there's always been gender, and there's always been this. Yeah, there has, right? There's no doubt about it. That's always been a thing that pop stars have done. But maybe 30, 40 years ago, that would have been like the end of his career, right? He wouldn't have gone on. But
And he
we're
wouldn't
now
be doing it in front of kids.
Yeah, and he wouldn't.
Now
and
it's like aimed at kids.
And it's not only just aimed at kids. It's not even like, at least even 20 years ago, people would have been outraged. Everyone's now like, yeah, you go, girl, celebrate. Yeah, he's doing a piss show on MTV, and everyone's like, yeah, so what? I celebrate that.
Yeah.
Whore positive.
You watch All Saints or whatever, or we Bewitched. And like they're wearing, like at the time they seem sexy. Now it's like, whoa, is it cold outside? Why are you wearing so many clothes? Like, now it's all Miley Cyrus like showing her, like, oh, this is my labia. Oh, can you see my labia?
But that is a symptom of allowing the West to be so weak has allowed it to get to there.
Yes.
So
As I said, when you get rid of God out of the society, this is a godless society.
Somebody pissing my anus.
yes, I think that you can disagree with Islam, but you can respect that they don't take it. I disagree with that they're against LGBT.
You know what?
But you can respect the book.
You know what? I don't respect the West just being like, oh no, do whatever you want. Like, man, I just think that's absolutely fucking pitiful.
Yeah.
Pitiful in the West for a
But that's what we were saying
We're
about
all
Islam.
That's what we're saying.
So
what
I convinced you. I convinced you that it's the right thing to think.
This guy, what are you have no
Checkmate.
idea what you're
We all
talking
need
about.
we all need
You
Albans.
Checkmate,
You
motherfucker.
checkmate yourself, bro.
Checkmate.
We've
I've got you.
You killed your own king.
I bashed the bishop.
Wait, Uganda have just passed a thing now. Listen, this is what I want to see.
That's another country off your holiday
Right,
list.
no, yeah, but here's what I want to see. All these fucking I'm LGBTQ and you got to do it here and we've got to do it in the primary schools and go to Uganda. That's where it's needed.
Oh, yeah.
That's where it's needed. Now let me see where your money
all
is.
these companies, when it's Pride Month or whatever,
Yeah.
they're all like, oh yeah, everybody
Yeah.
should put your penis in a man's ass and all that, and like, they're all like that. Here, where it's already been done and it's accepted and celebrated and taught to kids in school, man, like they're not. Then in Saudi Arabia or whatever, their like Twitter logo is still
It's exactly the same.
It's still exactly. It's not the Pride Month, so they're not doing it. Except one place that does do it, the U.S. Embassy in Islamabad, and I respect them for that. They get like, yeah, they like tweet, be like, we stand in solidarity with the gay people of Pakistan.
Did they fly the flag?
I think they do. They certainly had it in their Twitter thing, and then all these
Yeah, but
angry Pakistanis
Oh, easy
were-
to have your Twitter profile flag updated in Pakistan where they don't have internet access. No,
all
funny
these,
because it's racist.
yeah, but all these Pakistanis,
They've
all
got
the-
internet access like me.
all these Pakistanis that had moved to Western Europe
See, and you didn't
had,
use the P word, and that was funny.
but all these Pakistanis that moved to Western Europe and had access to the internet were then
Glamorgan.
complaining.
Yeah, they were complaining.
Yeah, they were complaining.
Yeah, but I mean, the actual fear is you do it and the locals find out.
Drank all of that water.
I drank all that water. How long have we done?
Done 1 hour and 15.
Oh, well, that's that. That's
Don't
the
forget,
first one.
Simon has to cut some stuff.
Yeah,
all right,
couple
all right.
of bits.
Listen, before we go, you need highpoint.care in your life for all your.
Is it highpoint.care?
Yeah, I think.
Is it?
Yeah, check. Your penis is very heavy. It gives you lower back pain, and we've got the cream to massage and get that pain. You're anxious because of.
They do a specific. One of the CBD products is like a Viagra one with like. It's not Viagra, but it's got like B vitamins and CBD.
I
Products.
tell you what you're gonna do, right? We're gonna do a giveaway for everyone who like. Yeah, I'm gonna do a giveaway. If you like and subscribe and share this podcast, we're gonna choose. Leave a comment. The funniest comment we'll choose, and we will send you a highpoint.care package.
What is highpoint.care?
It's who sponsors us. Our
Well,
favorite sponsor.
Yeah,
Our
but
own-
like, is it .care?
yes, check. I'm pretty certain.
Oh, you know what it is.
Yeah, I'm you know why I
What
know
the
that?
fuck is
Because I've
Care?
taken my CBD. Because it's. Listen, this is legitimate, high quality
Care?
goods. Yeah, because they're holistic goods. They're good
Is
for
that?
you.
But is that a country?
No, they've just. You can just put leo.curse now as your website.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Welcome to 2023. Anyway, listen, like, subscribe, leave a comment. We will, and I will
10%
send.
You get. Did you say the 10%?
Oh yeah, if you buy something, you'll get 10% off. Use the code 3SP. But I will send out a highpoint.care package
the
to one
code.
lucky winner if you like and subscribe. And the package will include gummies, which were great. Apparently,
You ain't getting that package.
Here you are. I send out everything eventually. You'll get them eventually. I
You
promise.
know, for one of my patrons, I'm like, man, because like for the top end ones, I send out
Gummies, drinks, and some creams and shit.
I send out anti-racist magic beans
Yeah.
with like, and they come in a little muslin bag. A muslin bag. It's not offensive. And with a certificate of non-racism for the magic beans, because like
I'm the only officially non-racist
they're
comedian working.
officially non-racist magic beans. And yeah, I've had one in my bag, a packet, an envelope ready to go for like since January. I need to get that sent tomorrow.
I got everything sent out eventually. I will send out, because it's only one I can do that. One winner, like, subscribe, leave a comment. We will send out you a highpoint.care
Oh,
packed.
it's gone.
You'll get the gummies, you'll get a drink.
I don't know if you can see that, but that's I've experienced that. I've eaten it, and yeah, it's like a sort of the natural herbal Viagra with.
Oh,
CBD.
did it work? Did boner work?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got a boner.
Boner oil. I think that's the official
You
name
eat
of
it,
it.
you don't rub it in.
You put it in your penis?
No, you eat it.
I gave you some.
You eat my penis.
Yeah, we'll use it. I couldn't do it because I was traveling. I was scared they'd arrest me. It's
get a
Mooch.
Moochie
Mooch, come and
Poochie.
say hello. Mooch is here. Okay, here he is. Here he comes
Hi,
on. He's
Mooch.
going to come on. Everyone wants to see you. Man, Jonathan's been so shit today. Here he is. Hello, Mooch.
Is this a Patreon now?
All right, let's say
we
bye
get
and then
meat?
do the Patreon.
Yeah, we'll do the
All right.
Patreon with special guest star Mooch.
All right. Thanks,
L.
Thanks, everyone. Take it easy.
Word gang.
Yeah, someone stole our ambrosia.